I think a lot of Ken's reaction, based on feedback on your free party for now. What's recently say you call off? Now, okay, 2023 primaries, there were constituencies that Kenya 00000. And dear Koya,
but now I can so meeting Monday.
Dear Koya, we cannot tell my boy, say, oh, channel, Ubo, Ken coordinator. If you don't pay any issues of doubt, so be on the papa and temperature. And to be a say, oh, more to I'm running my whole clients are there. But why? I mean, and the honor now from I don't know them branding the media. Can you see? We are doing a video. Into share date with the video on the phone. So, any BBS serial number is by a man zero.
You know, authentic.
Authentic, yes.
Sheets and
yes. It's be a man zero.
Smart Girl Update.
Nipa bet, me baby, nipa bet 92. Omunya, omunya beche. Enti. These are concerns I can raise. 92. There were constituencies I can't mean 92 by a man zero. 2023.
Hey, well, Nana Muni agents I will honomana.
Hey, say, you, what me for Timudia or car for Abati.
Oh,
last 2023 primaries in India said it was a kind of say, no, Nemuna Hose, I feed my mom, my basso. Massman American can raise these concerns. If we were, then we had calls from one more Monday, evidence there. Say one more life are being threatened. Say, oh, now we are dear Muna Ukoyi na day, Ama.
No more reporting my police.
Oh, say, I know a whole common
threatening life.
Yes, I know some common also. But you see, as a politically exposed person, also what political interest, you also use the first platform available to you. Now also the other day, I can want them to say the other day, Ecoso. Na party knows why day. Afa. At the home, home, and she say any bibia. Boha, say Bugina Buka in the tape, he never denied it. Most on one kind. Fre be say a hasi, Uko Tokaha now, Jinaha. Yano Unko Kruma, Unia, dear my. So those were the things that Ken was reacting to. Oh, no, say, will be our cause if I Canada, Nasam. Oh, no, a Hano. And I said, you, Abna, in such situations, you can't be a timid leader. Go for a trouble. Said you yabok no at the 00 na yede asho ngofo na asa ba se to man ye sisi wo wa na osu gina ho no ayede wakoda na so abon sema mom wo se wo kira kokudro se sa ade afi bi nyede ensibio, and there is nothing wrong with it. It just saying say o ma the will of the people ayede abem nti mea minya pani Jojo Rocky ma fa kwanya mo na ba so wonu mo seti ya be a friend anti-rigging election committee. One more say na said any na say yenka asese bi o obi ekodi obi bone na mum de Ken Agyapong benya no yenka no anya de e ma no de Dr. Bawumia benya no anya be kan ma no blind dem ofa no enye nten no ofa ko woni wono nso de obenya bi a yenka
so Smart Girl Update.
Say every bia ne kendini here the Ghana for here dem mepe
so the Uzika say Ghana for do you believe in mo party members no the omo omadwenche omo bechere nipa wo mo susu semo the omo ba mo pe if you believe in there and the thing na say the Uzika was your party for me feedback ayenya ebinimo kase say a positive ede mamo but na wo sha even a Ghanaian publisher ede aba MPP raised 118 former candidates endorses Dr. Bawumia. When I am for fear be mamo.
No, I'm on your same no bro focus a kind of political astroturfing and cosmetic showmanship. I said, will you be a man who said, oh, baby? Yes, I thought that we am sure baby. I saw Chess say, oh, yeah, Bema. So, baby, now, first of all, without any disrespect to PCC, one more, they are already members of Dr. Bawumia's campaign. All they did is to call them mobilization. Some oh, no money. Why will they come out now? That feel no more better baby on war.
But say be switch it.
118.
Not be switch. There are people no more Dr. Bawumia camp or switch back honorable Ken. There are people who more honorable Ken almost switch it.
These are two different scenarios.
No, I think when you're so confident, say no more Dr. Bawumia camp.
I can tell you one thing. No more be anywhere where you camp. Until presupposes there no more.
Another time, no,
I mean, say Dr. Bawumia and establishment candidate. Say rightly you put it. Into one and I enjoy all those support. Over 6,000 appointees. 276 MMDC.
No, if you say that, then say
a be animal brofo. adwuma bi ani brofo see esesa be 123 MMDCs omo support ni papa kwa obi abetu ne hofo what I say
but oni sa too many bill yet if they are able to mobilize themselves to say we support this candidate, don't you think say genuinely supporting almost
if I had allowed me to come about, you see the whole point is say obiane kwan of faso na manyosem and then the strategy of the campaign me no ka say there were 3 campaign teams ono Ken different region mene na atoshi different region Ken yere different region ye were MPs one more mabonte a omo so nama omo ye electoral area level Dr. Bawumia campaign so ye quite different or believing in endorsement sebio ye hu faso a we so say obi support wa I just say the omo nyina back together e be twa photo e the camera see omo nim catch omo say omo support me answer almost started say oh you see 67 first day 61 when the MPs 67 and about 63 and the MPs no more endorse so na sa ba be re-endorsement renewal of endorsement and we in if on kofa some youth organizers be so almost so more endorse so and on be fa MMDCs na MMDCs ko asente sa MPs ko almost on
the bottom line is amode huhunyem enkamokra
these are MPs no originally they were expected so on be deliver almost seat so me MP if I was those MPs kamenya de omo you matter one candidate no kwa nkwofo peninti no and the nipa be brama so ameto aba no more to be amamo
say the work is a candidate na no more peninti
yes but the data supports that no more ameto amamo secondly you couldn't even deliver Musita the emamo so people have even categorized them as failed MPs more intimate Musita the mamon how do you lose a constituency like Adenta so yeah show constituencies on lose Nketia mo constituency but I didn't see KT part but I'm just referencing typical traditional MPP constituencies on lose
okay
who yeah now most have so people have described it as a failed MPs one mobile support or failed candidate. Hey. That's the description people has given.
No, it's about worrying to rating. So that's how you also describe them as failed MP supporting failed candidates.
People have said that, but I don't subscribe to that because that will be unfair description. But I'm saying, say, when we see to comment mind at the end, we respect their decision. Maybe we the agent, but I am the trouble. Maybe 2 million. 2 million polling station executives for no. There were 209,000 polling station executives. Omuni see hini, omuni two hini. Omuna a form. You see, Mamencha, 31st is going to be a contest between one more near what by Momunia Bibi, Edi, and Baby say ya, or person they want to protect their legacies and the brains of mine day. And actually, 31st will show.
31st will show, but once I suddenly be so on, I almost say about out a reach. I wasn't aware about saying young canasa. So says DA. Church or more issue say more projectors or more endorse a candidate be no crabia say no so what say
first of all me I don't nim nipa ono wo ye ho a okoka people matete to be very honest I've not verified say yes because what will be the point SDF what to aba who why pa na oboka say SDF why endorse Ken Agyapong SDF want to aba why endorse in what capacity like as a church, do they come as a church? Yeah, I mean, yes, so we go to them and talk to them. And I have seen reports that say, so the Kataba. First of all, officially, I speak officially for the campaign.
Okay.
Aside the candidate, I speak officially for the campaign. We've not said anywhere, say SDA for the and also Ken.
Okay.
Ken has been doing a lot for the SDA church, or more appreciated, for the past 17 years. Na ne oman ene na tu wo de amo onyo mo kapra mo de ekanya mesem.
Personally, do you believe in prophecies?
Yes, but name per se they come
do you believe in prophecies?
Yeah, I do. I do.
It's prophecies about a fa onabo Ken ho na wugidi.
Yeah, I do.
It is a banner say after 31st and na ambemwa. Will you be disappointed?
Yeah, we are not banking all our hopes on prophecies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the enuma ka ho. We are working so hard. But there can be a okay. But yeah, you would such say believe in my prophets and believe in my God. And here you would pass it.
No, the or the prophecies.
Oh, I don't know anything. That's why I met this in it. There is a miss here. People feel say sometimes when you read the social media comments, almost one call Ninya Minya and say or against the church. It's not true. And then we say, or question about so cool.
So then the all chances be no more an anti so for being feel say. I mean, he was totally
Ken Agyapong so for he spoke against charlatans, people abusing the name of God.
Okay.
Okay, they use to so yeah, bro, I saw them one for. Ken should rather be praised after 2,000 years. Only part what my idea.
Second Jesus,
second Jesus, but or share the Jesus scarce so after 2,000 years, the Christ a year, Ken Agyapong abe nowadays.
Who can quick one any day? Sorry, so can say Yamia and ya domina saying this vocal fire agent or mosquito eba. Nipan tontoma
or treated into 2 inches. So
I think say. No, it will not be fair.
On your bravo.
On your bravo. Ade musro. And people musro say NDC kofa general mosquito on Asiedu Nketia about musro na.
Yeah, they are objective realities. The objective realities are you can't run away from. For instance, NDC ni be anywhere only needing common or kind of catch or say between Ken and Dr. Bawumia or Ken. I say no. Obi at the obeya best a reverse psychology. Omo pe candidate.
We are sure but the other time Oba say maybe say pe global info analytics for more survey or more year say even people or more when this mum company or more rally or more support behind.
Yes, so these are two different contexts. Context is very important. Yeah, was say NDC party here a weaker candidate, no more a bit no. And yeah, what Nkofo Omoye NDC for, but who they came by Ombeto. These are two different scenarios.
Okay.
And ordinarily, no, Obia pe, I mean, a weaker, I say, Okobo ball. Oh, no, Real Madrid in Barcelona, a boy. Obia pe say, Basafo, maybe a Real Madrid, Basafo,
in this case, why are you weaker candidates?
I can talk about who is a strong candidate, which is Ken Agyapong.
Why are you weaker?
I know the strong candidates, and that's what I know. That's what I'm most...
any other person be about no weaker candidate, Anna?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
But I think say onona ho de I was so be brave say mama kan.
General Mosquito.
General Mosquito enim amanyosem.
Okay.
Or grassroots support. Na ho de e party nim e wo so. Oye for adwuma. Ti dodo na so ye de e pen asem.
Na ekosi kwati
nti so na. Me nka say yesro no. But say General Mosquito na NDC for likely so mo de never ba. Ye hia enipa so one mu de tare a obewai. One mu de si a obetwa. Na wo hwe candidates nyina obi ani wo sa akokodro no na ne wura Ken Agyapong.
Delegates omo no kodi nkomo no, do you think say omo at to omo so ma matiase yi?
Say bi o tumi ne de sre. Na tumi no ukosra odi bo kwa so ene ahobrase kwa so ne kasa de kwa so na ekosre. Na wa kire ade a pese wo ye de oyo. The sense of agency about delegates in the mono and say one no say be a party in the na day enye. Na no abato ekoye no party na ho den ye day esu twan. Obeje di say 276 constituencies to aba no. Presidential ilusu 199 of them. 199. Amantem akoma be enso 7 regions presidential yen win a single constituency. And let me know say your amantem be and 4 regions are MPP any single member of parliament or to now you see East in for no mukasa min delegates so ko na kwa member asem say wo MPB a asem to be charge why careful one here no be in seven kuma power ni so afo echi enko ba bia ye wo amantem akoma enko 9 regions. If you look at the cumulative value of the number of seats over here at the Okunwatri 98 MPP were 5 and these were 93. Now Dr. Brian Kasi we no muzobwa or Zongo communities 3,000 of them you lose ye mo fidi ezo ko be kebe say 3,000 of them you lose 2,999 you win one pay no muzu obwa entesa no mkofa polling stations be there by. You see, there is a difference between polling stations and communities. Ghana may be a fair Zongo polling station, but within a Zongo community, we have polling stations within. Within there were 3,000 of such Zongo communities. Say be a Nima, Oboko Nima no. Na there were polling stations here. The Nima as a whole no. Okasa Ghana communities here 3,000. You lose 2,999 a single one. Maybe a friend of market one. If you near the Iwini party for no is aware of this data. Party for no who say maybe a party ne ejinano a hoetro. Ya to aba abna na over 90% of your parliamentary candidates outperformed your presidential. Over 90% of them outperform your presidential. You feel be skirt and blouse. Skirt and blouse no party no. It be a presidential candidate in there. Only original party in your name. Do no akotrama. Na it be a parliamentary on one thing ya no day. What but for the first time in the history of our country, you close to 350,000 people. One over to my parliamentary no. Omuwi no we day. A 2-tier presidential.
So do you think say a candidate no? And woman penalty or motuti na say
what was a very intelligent question because I'm not the same near your campaign. So there was a party problem and there was also a candidate problem.
Okay.
For instance, Nipa Metwaba, what they compare Akufo-Addo votes a 2.1 million, right? One more Metokra from 2020 to 2024. Those are people you can easily say na buying why they after why a buying why into Mameto. But for about 350,000 to walk to the polling station, one more to my parliamentary, no to tier presidential. That cannot be a party problem. That essentially is suggesting that as a candidate problem. Mama, one instance, maybe it's a dropper. Who say Akufo-Addo, you can say your tradition, you say Dankwah Dombo Buzia. Akufo-Addo, Dankwah. Nti oya de bia Dankwah for the expectation is a chebi for ni ade nyina bidinati. Kofo so Buzia. One more so busy as if we na bidinati. You rather Bawumia is Dombo for you is expected so bidinati. When say Japa and Dombo free. Japa in 14%, Mahamaya 85.14, almost 86%, 1486. How do you convince me say this is a party problem?
Okay, so meaning say pe candidates no, what is the problem?
I mean, those ones they can be able to explain why I had the current. So you see, the whole thing was about the trust and the credibility that you place. Didn't you say candidate matters? And I said, "Mama, a year like 2020." Who says, "Abena galamse who asema beye can be the pa." I say President Akufo-Addo go galamse. Tiye dey galamse for beye ebe 20 ano. So banks, ya collapse banks, banks over 20 and the workers are more to. Magana forecasting me. One more say, "Oh, Akufo-Addo dey wire and appointees in anya day." One minister 2020 na move follow election. That's what Ghanaians said. Also, President Akufo-Addo wire the appointees na one. Into year as a party, even our slogan was "Form of Nana." The man who was I don't know as a form of MPP, because at that time the popularity of the candidate Nanado now was so. Until we had to hinge on that near the party near the equation.
But don't you think so? Say after 4 more no. In a way, no, Ghana for the drona, who said no. Yintimi, Muka say, ye break the 8, so what was a wakaya. Who say, Sa, men fan say, he, and I said, you feel say, or must sit in a enquire, not that time, no, that candidate, and also no, your vice president, and Luna, affect say, yenti, ma. Womu etutia no say no so eno ye fa
abna me dismiss sa na me nya no kwarefo na party no ho aye hi se bi onyi leji tum se no ma we bre ho aye chiai ai no nti no ye nhyehyeye no e ma ya enkofo kra ebuhu ye de efuye that's about 2.1 million rules so to ma meto kra what I say but the bit is say any part one over trade is this kasa about 350,000 etuma parliamentary on we no to tier presidential. How do you also explain say and also a party in huna ye
me ba the ntia ma me kasa no I will cite ijrapade sa ho kire ba e pa no de on fa ho say woni say udi manim na sa ho kire ba na wona wudi ani ma ho kire di nti na me ntonko so anka say me ba di nti na me ntonko so anka say ma ho kire ba bia MP ne de in a way no utimi enya impact be sense or no omo na wo honom nti no
say you are guided by history right o the bia the o share the bia history near the ewo ya bato mu bia no abibia no presidential no ewo so ye the esne parliamentary no abibia in the history since year 292 both MPP and this they be a presidential na ho the ekoso esne parliamentary but I'm saying for the first time in the history of our country out of 276 constituencies, filing pieces, 99% of them outperform your presidential candidate. If it was a party problem, come metumpo, nankwaka say, oh, Omaba Pus, no cohabeto, they would have abandoned. But,
because at the end of the day, no, a lot of more candidates mu gina so mo pese mo ko machibedwam so omo lucy I be wo hono mo krompona you know that some of the constituencies are what you say mo dey affable.
So I've made a case there. I don't dismiss the fact that there was a party problem. And you had about 2.1 million people have even argued, say, when people, even the delegates or the party people and our voters, even presidential candidates, even not in the first place, not to even think of some trauma. But we know free what. That's why I'm ajatum. They all can't say party, not party. I'm not dismissing that. May nipa may contomponi. Say me catch us a party no. You so no phone so any one. And nipa 2.1 metro. They also was an phone so.
Okay.
But one more metro yen. One more metro yen. 345,000 plus, almost 350,000. One more 2 more pieces, you know. Parliamentary, we no to tier presidential. And yet, candidate in one part, how do you then explain? Say, nipa, pore, 350,000. Again, now we sound for 200. Let me tell you, say, about the BIA to MPP mono, and the Ghana Hano. A baby presidential and in business parliamentary. What I say, nipa metro dear, you would expect to say, your vote, no percentage is ready, but in this case, you know, even parliamentary is no more standing 99% of them. As a bomb as a presidential.
Okay.
That should indicate to you say beyond the party problem, there was also a candidate problem. Because MPP ni bena obakwakotwama me na a parliamentary candidate and obi mpeye a presidential candidate. So wa metoa ebi a ompe mumumia and our party no where dey. But when you buy you on parliamentary no obi no tutia obi mpe. That should explain, say, yes, there was a party problem, but there was also a candidate problem. Me can't say, be a candidate, no, sebi, or net ni papa, and I say ni pakai. But the American cuisine, and I say, there comes a time, say, me a presbytery, Domia Brana, me kwasoy, me kuma. So the timid presbytery of all domi, near Nako Jansa, near the Jansa, the Aqua Demra, near the Adema, the Abba Pecheche, near the Pecheche, the Ide, Abadomi. I don't just say be a software no word domain or yanam. Name mum the chene say baby and candini here.
Okay.
There comes a time even in the spirit of revival in Kenya. Who say why a revival in Kenya so minimum so in Kenya so it will be D4 ba. Obo say a mother. Yes. They boy see a tra fast and will be a 3 days near the software for rubber. And not just also for abon. And just abon name mum bra you woman no here candini for
candini for no in Kenya and who say oh penny within it you know can on this in Kenya no ebeba. Say
we hear 2028 about on a strong. Was a party be a bar onyakwanya.
Was a strong
yes.
Okay, strong saying
party be a bar onyakwanya edin fi nwotwe. 92 to the year 2000 President Rawlings 8 years with NDC. 2001 to 2008 President Kofo with MPP 8 years. 2009 to 2016 Mels Mahama NDC 8 years. 2017 to 2024 President Akufo-Addo with MPP 8 years. Ghana for Mobia 8. But don't share from 2024 equity 2028. It's not 8, it's 4 years. In the NDC for all they need to do, they say, catch Ghana for say, oh, mine what them even in a space of 4 years. Yet mama fool across why day at it. Yet mama dollar no so at it. In the moon fire for a day. And kind me no say. One more a chief justice a free hole. One more a person can be omuyi the kata ko say ni Mami electoral commissioner and na be dey change dey influo nti aba ya kwoto no se nyame am na nyame na nsom na esisiwa wo electoral commissioner omo de aba deputies omo de aba ibu yesisiwa abako supreme court no obako temu afo penny no obi e condition wo na chinesi ne so asema obaka che say elections are won at the polling station ti ko ho ne ko ka wa asem oboa ne elections are won at the polling station yamanyo sem ho asem kana obu be no into 2028 no eni eden 2028 ya kokoduru eni kwa so takwa mo bia de esisu ngufu nyame amwa no mo sakofo Asiedu Nketia ba ono ntontom okura sekan wona ma wo ya na o ye hye no otwakọ na wo kase nyame amwa na akofo obi a esisiwa won tumi nkase so tumi ne so woni obi a nani eden kokoduru ne se no so betimi de chaos aba oh there be say bedi akọ edin fatana akọ no nyankwankwa ase. And also in Chelsea, you go on a war without any justifiable reason. when you are protecting votes, even the constitution enjoins you to protect that. See, basically, let me give you a classic example. Now, no buy a country. The EC had given us 72 hours to make more about yet presidential near 2 months. Less than 15 hours. And the NDC for any who could draw call coalition centers, pink sheets are near team, we are near team, we are near
the presidential Mujitu Musamadi Kugun and Untinema, sa a name and see.
Oh, I give you an example. So just a minute. I'm comparing 2020 to 2024. 2020, year to Abaniwian, the Electoral Commission made the same 72 hours. Between President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo. President Mahama presidential and Obi aso your coalition to be no lose with about 500,000 votes. As so only Asiedu Nketia Musso Munisi press conference because I can't say in a comfortable lead. Owa no so any comfortable lead bia. No say presidential we are parliamentary before be declare no. I say more the pink seats and akụ coalition centers. And some of my more declare we what to tell ya kopum say ya kenkan no so ye dey ewie. Before that no near 168 seats in 2016. Yes, what about 137? No more 104. No more appreciate you to 137. Ni benye be a fair hang parliament. Now, made mass music, my uncle 2024. The incident that happened. Electoral Commission might also the same 72 hours. Less than 15 hours near the message and the signal that we sent to the NDC. The message and the signal I sent for Mapaba. Omuni you could do home. Omuni could do meeting the atwa can see so. TM Fenya then co block pinches in the bit team. They make a declaration, you make it. Say, and what affected ya? Then to a baby court, it took the court to reverse 7 of those seats to us. So those were seats I winning, they couldn't go for. Of course, reverse 7 my. It will be a catch or say it didn't have an impact yet. It cannot be true.
Okay.
We may take a collective responsibility by having an impact.
We a leader no as a flag bearer. Now what could Gina Musse and to so be say Sina. Regardless, as it mean your fame can say, or Munya be and Sana, Obedia to my but don't forget to say, so we a party here. Is no you in as much as we a flag bearer no, doesn't mean say you take decisions all by yourself. A collective thing. And to say beer and painful what's an assay. Nasi a case no. Yes, say ye figures near dear, we are all collating. Yet in Google Naba, said ye bear. Calmness, peace, ebe prevailing in town. Kona kwa ya obaka say no who nyim to Musa.
Abna. Me not sure which people took the decision.
Only sure.
I'm coming. I'm not sure which people took the decision. Whether it was a candidate decision or a party decision. Your general secretary was a party decision. But if indeed this was a party's decision. Then that we need to learn from it. Okay. That is one. Say a party decision. Then we need to learn from it. Now that we make maybe better decisions. Sometimes it also depends on the extent of consultation. Nipa muno moyede consult and no can also influence on the decision that you at least the SN will be guided in 2028. We are making the right decisions going forward.
Okay. Ukasa yeshe honorable Ken Agyapong enema one so the original Emma you be your discipline.
Yes, patriotism, honesty.
Okay. And I will share a former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Also they say the idea is a humility. Meboa waka pen. Na no wo share a delegator. Any grassroots na a dear and wine or mosheshe or embody, say either discipline or someone who is humble. I
mean, I don't even think that is really about a comparison of discipline and humility. No. Yes, people may look at that.
Okay.
But me susi no. It has more to do with obia obetimaji to me ayede amaye. Because discipline. Essentially. No, but you see, no matter the character traits and the attitudinal traits that you have, no matter how nice they may look, say, who need to me? I said, now make us ideas in here. Who need to any kind to me na? And for so day, and muscle because who here to me, now they are I demonstrated the opposite of the Oyebia.
But you can also go empty.
Oh, I mean, just like you rightly referenced, say we discipline, we so that's the public perception around them. Say can discipline, we so humble. Yeah, those perceptions you can't change them. Those ones they are what that. But at the end of the day, no, you focus as a party, no. Nipa. I think I had the permission to quote him. I mean, recently I had the opportunity to lead a delegation. Called President Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
Okay, say me that it was profound. Or say the biggest interest because I know some born into. I'm sure I can say it on TV. Or say the biggest interest is one who can win power for the MPP. And no biggest responsibility is to unite the party. Make quote to President Akufo-Addo. That's what he said.
Meaning now once we on was okasa. In as much as we be kind parables, no. What's it? Then the person is referring to okay. Then there's a possibility to say.
Honestly, I didn't place any interpretation on what he said. Mentia say I'm the man, and it was very literal. Say, "Oh, here ni po beti majitu mi ame."
For mo camp na mo call kwasra no.
Memoir no. You know, but most of us were nipa no one more make say ya na ya unze ya ekoto aba no esi ahene eto ahene for say make us 2 million straight wo ye dodo a the whole Ghana no about 1.1% of the general voter population even post offer 2018 album general voter population because they have about 209,000 divided by general voter population of 18 million times 100%, you are getting 1.1%. You need 2%. Into Wusha, it's not really about the delegates in the pay. The Ghana for the and Uti Ghana for be brave, or the Muslim with the Mojuma, Muma, Kofoku, Musisia, Umusia Trotro food, Umza say, one MPP for the back Ghana for Bejanatuma, almost a Ken Agyapong. Only John Forma, almost more the Ken by a better. Her name, the Nam Kumasi. Was make a car idea for campaign back your brand home. The car could say I was overtaking the air for Ghana and says road system. Once a catchy touchy them with the car and not many fashions are now they're not pay patchy. I'm catching driver and soon. I'm so penina, I don't know Uchika Basabasa. Was a massa, me whom Mokana Mevamo, yet the unknown Nujumo. Name me, Jana catcher, a catcher monko for as a man for Canaba, a banana day, and Trumps just say baby I'll be dribia somebody came by a bed better and no me who say delegates name for more this is not necessarily about wait to see I mean Dr. Bawumia yeah na ko bi pen nti oni hu nim dia ka emfa na nya de enko Ken so won hu nim de wasom part omu nyina nti yes their character traits will play to their advantage but has more to do with their Ghana for her. The remaining 98% of the population, over 98% of the population, one almost more than the Bible. Kura one more pejuma. President Kufoma ewo free. President Akufo-Addo mo free senior high school. Sam Kura no one more we or more pejuma. Afia ekono. They are no more sheshe. One more some of the came by a better.